Guys, so in today's video, we are going to Burkina Faso. The president of Burkina Faso has this thing to say, and I want all of us to listen to. But before then, this man is doing wonders in Burkina Faso. Like he's trying to change the country, and this particular change is kind of influencing other African countries. And this is massive. I am praying and hoping that this strength that he has gotten to start all this would he would get the same strength to actually continue. So some other leaders in different countries will learn from him. Like this man is doing amazingly well, guys. Let's watch this video and hear what he has to say. Like we are going to analyze the video and share our opinions. You guys should leave your opinions in the comment section.
If you want to break with these imperialist forces, it's simple. We denounce the agreements. Everything starts from there. I think the example of Chad in any case is tangible. They started by denouncing the agreements. Otherwise, if we don't denounce the agreements, just saying that the bases leave, we haven't done anything. Because the problem lies in the colonial agreements, the defenses that have been signed since independence. The most dangerous is not the one you see in the bases. The most dangerous are the military advisors. Military advisors exist in all these countries. They existed in Burkina as well until the end of 2022, until we took responsibility.
This man is so courageous. I like the way he speaks. I like the confidence. He is telling us that they are breaking out from the imperial forces. Do you know what that means? This has to do with their colonial rulers, or should I say colonial masters, which is the France. They want to break out from it because they feel like this particular colonial rulers have influence on their policies and implementations. And it's time for Burkina Faso to work on their own. So they are breaking out. And he went forward to say that the military has to be checked because the colonial masters or these forces actually influence the military. The military determines everything in a country. We all know that, right? So the military has to be tackled. Now, these colonial rulers or these forces actually train some of the militaries, which makes them influence the policies in that particular country. So this man is saying that they are going to tackle that one first. We don't know how they are going to tackle it, but guys, let's continue listening and then hear what he's going to do, the measures he's going to put in place for this thing to actually happen. Oh my God, I love this man. Like he's doing so much for Burkina, and I wish that some other leaders will learn from this. Guys, let's watch.
And who are these military advisors? They are the ones who are supposed to implement France's policy. Here, they must work to make our armies very weak so that France can always have the argument to exist here. Under their influence, they had succeeded. Our sentinels were therefore standing guard with sticks. That's what France wants from our armies. When we reach this stage, we have no choice but to want them to come and settle. But the Burkinabe army managed to get rid of the military advisors. Unfortunately, I think that in 2019, after Operation Otapono, where the French saw that the Burkinabe army still had the capacity to respond to terrorists, they called the chiefs of staff in France. They instructed him to reintegrate the military advisors throughout the structure. Well, they did not agree. But upon returning to the country, the politicians instructed him to accept the military advisors. And that's when the military advisors returned to the Burkinabe army in 2019. With all the consequences we know, the army was on the verge of disappearing in the years 2020, 2021. And indeed, this is the time when many soldiers had to desert because there was no longer any hope. We were in the process of collapsing. That's a bit how they work at the General Staff headquarters.
A lot is really happening in Burkina. Like not only Burkina, but most African countries. What is happening there is happening in all of these countries. I'm telling you, this guy is so, so brave and courageous. Did you hear what he said? Their colonial masters actually train their military people. And then they have military advisors in Burkina. And then whatever they tell their military advisors to do, that's what they do. So now Burkina Faso eyes have opened. Like this man has come to open their eyes. They started to implement their own policies, their own rules. And now these people have seen that no, how they want the country to go is not going like that. So they had to call the military advisors to speak with them so they can still come and influence their policies. But then this man is in charge and things are going to change. That's why they are breaking out of the colonial masters. Oh my goodness, this man is doing amazingly well. Like he's transforming Burkina into another country. He's a pace setter. Like he has made some other leaders feel like they are not doing anything at all. And just to think of it, this guy is so young that people thought when he comes into power, everything is just going to be messed up. But trust me, he's young, but then the brains are working. We are so proud of this man, not because he's making Burkina Faso proud, but then he's making the whole of Africans proud, making us feel like we can stand on our own someday to come. Because this is confidence he has given to some other leaders who would think twice about their policies they might make, or policies that are being influenced by superiors. They would rethink about the whole situation. Guys, let's continue watching this video. I hope you're enjoying it. Leave your opinion in the comment section, guys.
In all army headquarters, in the schools, they are the ones who are supposed to dictate the policy of our army. They are the ones who tell us when to recruit, how to recruit, and what to do with them. They are in the schools to tell us how to train them, and so on. As long as these military advisors are there, you are not independent. Your army will just have the appearance of an army that is there to perform parades, a circus. But when war comes, you will realize that a parade is one thing, but war is another thing. You have to break the agreements. It's the only way to have an independent army and build strength. But many people do not understand this, perhaps. And even with these agreements, France selects from our states officer cadets to go and train them. It's through these same agreements. But in reality, these officers who go to train, for the most part for France, they come to serve the French state in their country. They do not come to serve our countries. They train them so that they come to serve the interests of the French state. I can provide evidence of this. When we revolted, many officers in Burkina who were trained in France were immediately contacted to tell them that it was time to take action because you were trained for this, to serve France's interests. Most of these officers reported back to us. We took note and we continued to monitor. When an officer trained in France returns to his country and unfortunately dies, either by accident or on the battlefield, in France there is a night of tribute to the fallen in the army, as there is everywhere else. During the night of tribute to the fallen, the name of the officer in question is mentioned, and it is said, died for France. They
From
do
what
not train
he's
him to
saying,
serve
his
his country, they
problem
train him to
is
serve their
the
state.
fact that
And in many
military
African
will be
states, there are plenty of
trained
such
and
officers.
France will use them. And it's really sad because how can a whole country have a military just by name, yet you cannot use them? According to him, right now, they train the military, yet whenever their masters want the military, they have to release them. And he rightfully said having military is one thing, but military for war is another thing. And that's true. Why do we have militaries in a country? I mean, for the security of the people. But a situation where you cannot use the military, that means there is no safety in that country. So I kind of understand this man trying to decentralize powers and all of that. He's doing a great job, and we pray that God will give him the strength, the wisdom, how to run the country, because he's doing so much well. And I am so proud of him. I know a lot of people are proud of him. Let's keep praying for him, because imagine the whole of Africa, he being the only person taking this initiative. Kudos to him, and he deserves all the praises. And we pray for him that may God uplift him, give him the strength to be able to run that country. And he will not be alone. Very soon, some other African leaders will join him to actually complete this cause. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate. Please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I would really appreciate that. Just leave your opinions in the comment section. Let's discuss. Is he on the right path? What do you think will happen? Yeah, do you think there's any positive results in this cause? Let's discuss, guys. See you guys in my next video. Bye.